44. We go deep today. We really do. That's literally what today's lesson is, and I love it. So it's lesson 44, God is the light in which I see. Right away in the text of the workbook, it's like, we're going to continue on yesterday's, and we're going to add another dimension to it. So you cannot see in the darkness, and you cannot make light. You're like, all right. You can make darkness and think you see in it, and you're like, yeah, probably, I could, yeah. But light reflects life and is therefore an aspect of creation. So instantly it was like, let's go deep. Like, this is probably not dinner party conversation material, you know, probably not. But since we're hanging out here together, we can say, you know what? The Course in Miracles says creation and darkness cannot coexist, but light and life must go together, being but different aspects of creation. So thank God we have each other to talk like this. But what we're doing today is going deeper under our petty thoughts and recognizing that light is within. And that I love the practice today. The practice is today saying, like, God is the light in which I see. And then what we want to do is slip away, slip under, sink down under our thoughts. I mean, if the worst case scenario is we fall asleep and take a nap, you know what I mean? It sounds okay. It sounds okay to me. But we must recognize that light is within, not without. And we actually do not see outside ourselves. So it's totally like a Course in Miracles lesson, you know, and it might only make sense in this course, but I do love it, and I love the number 44 too. God is the light in which I see. I feel like now would be a good time to give you a cookie. What does it say? God is the light in which I see cookies? I hope that's what it says. I know. I'm like a C- student when it comes to the cookies anymore, but that's okay. We still work them in. God is the light in which you see. So it literally says in the text today, you are attempting to reach him. I know this is a big one. This is a big one. And your mind cannot be stopped in this unless you choose to stop it. So it's merely taking its natural course, and it's merely, I mean, if you quiet your mind with the intention of sinking under your thoughts, you'll go there. You will go there until you consciously pull yourself up out of it. So anyways, let's do the notes, and then I'll see what else I want to mention about this lesson. Like, I'm not putting more value on some lessons than others, but this one does feel a little more valuable than the others. Hey, what's up? We got those notes. Tina Jesus today was actually talking about how we got those distractions. We have all these thoughts in our head, these little thoughts in our heads. We're not talking God mind thoughts. We're talking like just distractive, running around in circles. And so this lesson 44 today is going beneath these thoughts. And I love this so much because it's like we're sinking down into this quiet, stable space. We're going beneath our thoughts. So we're not going to try to eliminate our thoughts or nothing like that. Jesus was talking about as we go beneath our thoughts, we go into the consciousness that is us. That is who we truly are. That with or without a body, it is ours. That is us. That is who you is. That peaceful, deep awareness. That quiet, stable space. So it's a really great lesson, to just be encouraged to find and connect with that stillness within. So Jesus was saying, be kind to yourself. If you don't quite nail it the first time, like eventually you will, because that is you connecting with you. So connect with that stillness within. Immerse yourself in endless space, that deeper connection. And what this is going to foster is a faith that you are one with the divine. So yeah, it's just really sweet today. Jesus was sweet. Pathways of Light was sweet. And yeah, it's just this like great message. Like, I can relax now. I can relax now. I can sink in to peace, holiness, serenity, perfection, sink under my thoughts into that consciousness, sink into love. and understand and look for the light of God. God is the light in which I see. And how and what am I going to see when I'm seeing through God's light? Love. Yep, love, perfection, serenity, holiness, peace, all of that. All that good shit. We can just relax into it now. So I love that the lesson says, above all else, be determined. Be determined to not forget today. Do not forget. Be determined to not forget that God is the light in which I see. Eyes open, eyes closed. Just be determined not to forget this. Salvation is your happiest accomplishment. Yeah, cheers to that. That's what I wanted to also definitely repeat because it's worth repeating. Salvation is your happiest accomplishment. It is also the only one that has any meaning, because it is the only one that has any real use to you at all. So, wow, it's like we think up here, we're like thinking all these egoic thoughts, we're distracted, we have projects, we're like, what do you want to do today? But really, salvation is the only one that actually fucking matters. So anyways, there's there's your ACIM sass. Take it to the bank. I'll redeem myself with the Pathways of Light. Pathwaysoflight.org. Welcome to the reading, A Course in Miracles Workbook Lesson 44, Insights. God is the light in which I see. The light of God is always there in our minds. It is not outside. We may not be aware of it, but it never really goes away. In truth, the light of God is all there is to see. If we choose to hide from it, we will not experience it. Today's lesson involves accepting the light that is always there, accepting the love that is always there. There is never any coercion to make us accept the light. It is there when we choose it. When we deny the light through dissociation, we do not experience it. It is all about willingness. As I practice today, I expand my willingness to accept the light of God a little bit more. Jesus asked me to consistently practice this lesson. He knows that it is one of the most important things I can do. Accepting the light I am helps me to see that the light of God is all there is to see. There are no problems in the light, only peace, joy, and happiness. I can relax now. I accept the means to return to the light as I practice it with willingness today. Today's lesson is teaching me a new way of seeing. It's pointing out that what I have called seeing is not really seeing at all. By telling me that the light for seeing is not outside me, it tells me that all the things I think I see with the body's eyes are not really seeing. In fact, by saying the equipment for seeing is not outside me, it's telling me that the body's eyes are not the means for seeing that it is talking about here. So it must be talking about an inner seeing, a metaphysical seeing, beyond the physical. In other parts of the Course, it tells me that the body was made as a fence to keep God and others out, to wall off a private domain I could call my own. Yet this private domain is achieved at the cost of seeing. I cannot believe that a private domain with private thoughts and a unique identity is real and experience the unity of God's love. This lesson is the beginning of practice in sinking past the fence to allow a taste of the freedom that comes with accepting God's unifying love. It is always there. My only job is to let go of trying to use the wrong equipment and choose the light of God as my source of seeing. It is a process of letting go of what I have valued in error and accepting that the most important thing I can do is to accept the light of God that is already in me is me. God is the light in which I see. In God's light, I see only innocence, only safety, only love and unity. That is my one goal. As I set my intention to connect with the light within, I begin to watch the thoughts my mind produces. I watch the parade of thoughts come and go, rise and fall, and I simply let it be. As I allow my thoughts to detach itself from these thoughts, the natural state of my inner peace begins to emerge. The light of my beingness begins to grow and expand and fill my awareness. Within this inner light, there is only perfect peace, perfect wholeness, perfect holiness, perfect serenity. This is the peace that passeth all understanding. In this place I am perfect, whole, and complete. I choose today to go to this place of my inner peace often to remind me of the truth of myself and my brothers. God is the light in which I see. As I choose to remember that God lives within me and I am an extension of His, I realize that I need to allow His sight from within me to light my way and look through the eyes of love rather than my physical eyes for all my decisions in life that I make. When I choose to see only love through my eyes and really be conscious of His presence within me to lead the way in all I do and say, I will be seeing through the eyes of God and not my own. To see through the eyes of God is to only see love in all I do and only see patience and grace in everything I say and do. To see through the eyes of God and allow Him to light my way, I am living in a state of grace and peace. What a way to live. pathwaysoflight.org. Yeah, so here's some other things that I feel like are important. When you do this practice today, try to observe your passing thoughts without involvement and slip quietly by them. So it's like we're either going to slip quietly by, we're going to slip over quietly by the fence, we're going to sink under. I love the sinking under feeling. Where is that? Yeah. That's why I did like all these like kind of waves today. Like we want to sink under our thoughts. We want to go beneath our thoughts. We want to go to that deeper connection. See, I wrote the notes. And yeah, we definitely want to relax into it because that it is us. That's us. That's why it's so important to meditate in this life so you actually know the real you. That you is eternal. So what else did it say? I also want to say, try to think of light, formless and without limit as you pass by the thoughts of this world. And do not forget that they cannot hold you to the world unless you give them the power to do so. So you got this. Now go sink under.